Good morning, dear friends. So here we go again, as promised yesterday, continuing with design thinking. Now, as we said about design thinking, it involves so many concept product design to start with. When we talk about designing of a particular product, what does the user expect out of the product? So this can be put in the form of layer-wise thinking. And we say that we look into the various layers of the product. How does the user look at a particular product? So if we go to this particular diagram, we can see, let's go to the diagram here. We have a diagrammatic representation. The outermost superficial level is called the sensorial layer, wherein he looks at the aesthetics of the design of the product and he asks, how does it look? Then he goes a little deeper, and then the next layer is the interaction layer, and then which is more concerned with the behavioral layer, which is concerned with interaction, and the best thing that is there is how does it feel? And still deeper is the functional layer, which talks about the performance and asks what does this particular product do? Then still deeper, it goes into the physical layer, which is concerned with the construction of the design. How is this particular product made? And finally, what is the mental layer, is the deepest layer. What is the meaning of this product to me? What is the meaning of this product to the person who's manufacturing it? Now, each user looks at the various layers of this particular thing as per whatever he sees, depending upon the product and what his real requirement is. To make you understand, let me tell you about the Sears and Roebuck refrigerators of the 1920s, which were loud and ugly. They were just functional, of functional utility, but very bad to look at. So when they were replaced by a sleeker model with a very neat ergonomic door handle and aluminium kind of a tray, no rust tray, the sales multiplied manifold times. Now here, only the sensorial layer of how it looked and the behavioral layer of how it felt were tapped, because the internal functions were absolutely good as a kind of a product. So when it comes to product designing, this is a very good example of how the various layers of the product were attacked to satisfy the user's requirement and how that improved the market hold of Sears and Roebuck refrigerators in the market. Now, what we talked about is only product design. Apart from that, when it comes to product design, apart from this, there are also other aspects of design thinking. There is systems design, there is communication design, there is environment and design, there is strategy design, there is brand design, all these various forms of deeper aspects of design thinking which can all together bring about the entire huge ocean of design thinking. Now, whichever form or whichever aspect of design thinking, I'm not talking about the stages, whichever aspect of design thinking, it is definitely iterative, it is not linear as told. Now, there is another way of representing the design thinking process. So for that, let's look at the other diagrammatic representation. So what do we have here? You see 3 wheels, maybe there could even be 4 or 5 wheels with gears all rolling over each other, which itself is representative of the non-linear process. So to start, there has to be empathy. Empathy has to be there throughout the entire process. It's not that it has to start with empathy. Empathy involves deep user understanding of what the user's experiences are by putting total involvement into the user's line of action. And that rolls over another gear which is concerned with concept visualization. Once you have the empathy in hand, you have the concept visualization, which involves ideation, as we discussed earlier, creating a prototype, and again testing or user evaluation. And once these things are done, very good, fine. There has to be a strategic business design which is concerned with how do you place such a product into the market? How do you create a business strategy at systems, and how do you evaluate the design that this particular product could make its own unique mark in the market and increase the brand value of the manufacturer or the company or the corporation. It's very, very important to have a strategic business design. Apart from this, there are so many other gears that could all roll over one over the other, clearly indicating that these are all working possibly simultaneously in an iterative manner, but definitely not in a sequential manner. Well, whichever form of design thinking you have, design thinking is not about designing a product or designing a line of product or services or designing a line of services. It's much, much more than that. It is a kind of an attitude of a corporation or a company which is based on empathetic understanding of the user's needs. It's a culture which has to be incorporated into the mission statement of the company, that its main purpose is to satisfy the user's need. As Satya Nadella said, CEO of Microsoft, he says, C of CEO stands for curator of culture, and this culture is the culture of design thinking. So wishing you the very best and have a wonderful day. I do hope this series on design thinking has, if not anything, if it has brought a spark to your eyes, even if it has not opened your eyes to a great new world, I do hope there has been a sparkle that has been brought into your eyes. Looking forward for your interactions. Do keep sharing these videos and your views, and do express your views through your comments. See you very soon. Thank you so much.